I had a former DEA agent, Frank Panessa here. And at the end of our interview, he wanted to talk about fentanyl. And he brought up, and I actually looked this up, the numbers are somewhat similar to what he said. He said there's roughly 100,000 overdoses a year from fentanyl. Would you say that fentanyl is the new crack?
Absolutely. Worse than crack.
Worse than crack.
Because they know people dying, but they still want it.
Do they actually know that they're taking fentanyl though? Like it seems like, and fentanyl is one of these weird chameleon drugs.
I hear people say that they request fentanyl.
Huh.
That people actually request it. Well, you know, with dope fiends, the way dope fiends work, and not trying to down nobody, you know, that's what they call themselves in jail, dope fiends. Mm-hmm. If they hear that somebody OD'd, that's what they all want.
Yeah, I remember when I talked to Turk, you know, who was formerly of Cash Money.
Absolutely.
Who was a dope fiend himself at one point, hooked on heroin and everything else like that. He said that's exactly the mentality. When you find out that guy overdosed and died down the street, you want to go get that batch.
Some dope fiends want the dope that the person that OD'd off. That's how crazy it is. When you hear a person OD, be like, man, he just OD'd off that. We used to be like, man, where that shit at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want that shit that nigga OD'd off of.
Yeah, because what they say is that ODing is like the closest thing you can come to death.
And the highest high you could get.
And then you come back alive, so it was all good. So, you know, they want to go as close as they can to dying, but not die.
And in the process, they usually die. Or sometimes, or not, or they keep going. I don't know, man. I feel like drug addicts, man, are somehow inhuman in certain ways. Like you see guys that have been doing drugs, you know, in the 60s and 70s that are still kicking and still have the same girlfriend with them and so forth.
It's a tough ordeal.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I mean, and he was saying how like these narco wars and everything is now going on over fentanyl. Because it's a lot easier to manufacture, right?
I don't know. I ain't looked into fentanyl. I just hear the gossip on the street. You know, I really be fixed on what I'm doing, and my life be so busy, man. Vlad, I'm all over the place right now. You know, from boxing, to speaking engagements, the books. You know, I'm getting ready to launch a new website for music. I'm looking for an artist right now that I can put some money behind. You know, we getting ready to start shooting a movie. You know, I brought a couple of my partners with me today. I'll introduce to y'all.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we're gonna bring them on in a second.
That I'm working with. So I just don't have time to really get into other people's problems. I mean, and especially, you know, you're talking about something like fentanyl that has no legs, has no arms, you know, can't move. You know, somebody has to move it for people to be getting high off of it and still getting high off cocaine. It's sad, and I feel for them, but I'm going on with my life.
Well, yeah. I mean, what Frank Panessa said that was actually kind of crazy. He said that when you look at fentanyl at a high level, what's happening is that China is so involved in this whole situation to the point where you have these big Chinese groups that are not only providing the fentanyl, but they're actually laundering money at 1%, which is unheard of. Usually laundering comes with a 10% price tag. The fact that you could give someone $1 million and get $999,000 back clean, is in a way almost a bigger problem. Because shit, who doesn't want that? You gonna tell me I can get $999,000 off my $1 million, I ain't got to pay no taxes, and I get it all in cash? And you guys just hand it to me?
Yeah.
As I buy drugs from you? You kidding me? Because when you were laundering money, how much would they take?
Well, I'd launder my own money.
Oh, through your hotels and everything else like that.
Yeah, I didn't have to hire nobody.
So you never went through anyone else to launder money?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't have people who would I bought a house, for $1 bills. That's a form of laundering. I just knew people that was in position to take cash. They wanted cash. And when you're dealing with houses, you set the high price for whatever you want. You go buy the house. I buy the house for 120. They say they sold it to me for 35.
Oh, so they got to pocket.
Yeah, they don't pay taxes because they don't want to pay taxes either.
They just pay taxes on the 35.
Right, instead of the whole
and got another 80 something in cash as profit.
And they put that in a little spot, and that's they spending money.
So did you really come up with 120,000 in $1 bills?
No, 200,000 in $1.
200,000 in $1 bills. How much space does that take up?
It take up a closet.
A whole closet. Yeah. From top to bottom.
I used to have one problem. I had too many ones. I done had 68,000 stolen out of garage before. They I don't know how they found out they was in there, but they took a saw and cut a hole and took the whole safe out. I had one of those safes that rolled. I did some stupid stuff in my lifetime, like the first safe they stole was a little bitty one. They stole it out of my bedroom. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna get a bigger safe. I'll get a safe with wheels on it.
They just wheeled it out.
It was heavy, it weighed 300 pounds, but they just rolled it out. So, you learn as you go. But yeah, I used to have a $1 bill problem. Too many. They told my mom, don't bring no more ones in here. You'll be on the investigation. That was how I used to get everybody allowance, $1 bills. Yeah.